Okay, hello and welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another 2-point stream. We've got a very special one today, haven't we?
It is. Well, everyone was hoping to see Husky to start with, of course. I think.
Oh, he'll be here.
Your plans,
shortly.
yes.
Where the warm-up at.
He's going to sit on my knee because we haven't enough chairs here, have we?
No, not quite. But for anyone who did not know, July was 2-Point Studio's 9th birthday. So as a little celebration today, I thought we would take a little look back at the past and have a little look at the very, very early days of 2-Point. And we are joined by
Mark.
Very, very wonderful
Mark
people
Webley.
of this
Mark.
studio. Yeah, do you guys want to introduce yourselves for anyone who may not know who you are?
I'm Mark. And
I'm Gary.
Gary. So Gary and I worked together long time ago at a company called Bullfrog. We worked on a few things together. In fact, I guess we worked briefly on Theme Park.
Yeah.
You hated it so much you left the company and then came back with your tail between your legs, and I was working on something called Theme Hospital.
Yeah.
And you joined me. We made that game and we had a good time, a brilliant time. We said, let's make loads of these games. Because we'd done the designer series, which was Theme Park, designer series, Theme Hospital, and we thought, let's do Theme Prison or Theme Resort, and it never happened. So I went off,
mainly because you left.
off, and you left. So yeah. So when Gary came up and said, "Well, you seem to be in Pizza Express or something like that,"
Yeah, you're missing out
bumped into you
about
there.
15 years.
15
now,
years.
because
Yeah, what happened
we did
there?
the movies before that.
And the movies, yes,
Together with Husky,
Wow.
with Husky, yes.
and that was great. But then Lionhead was acquired by Microsoft, and they had no rights to continue making things like the movies. They had
black and white,
black and white.
yeah.
So that was our domain. Fable was much more. Well, it was our domain as well, but we didn't work directly on those games. So we moved on to, I guess, working on Fable games for a while, and we wanted to make
These games
again.
Little
So
sim games.
Mark had moved on from Lionhead.
I'd left Lionhead.
Yes.
I'd had enough of
He'd
games.
had enough of games
Yeah.
for a while, and I gave him a call and said if I was to
Did I
leave.
randomly bump into you?
No, I rang you.
Yeah,
I rang you,
what was
and
the
you
pizza
said,
place then?
I've got to pop into town though, and I said, you're going to pick up a pizza for the family, and I said I'll just meet you there for 5 minutes just have a chat, because I was in a kind of desperate urge to do this, and I said, look, if you're interested, I know someone else who I think would help us on our journey, and I thought if Mark's not interested, I probably wouldn't take it any further, because obviously it's a bit of a daunting thing doing a startup.
Sure.
So Mark was interested, Ben was interested. You didn't even know Ben was at the time.
No, Ben
worked
Ben
for
Heimers.
Ben Heimers worked for me in line of incubation. So he was interested, but very at that point in time.
Well, he was. I mean, you
younger.
You started chatting to him, and he I guess he must have thought, "Oh, there's this old guy running the team he was on." And then you mentioned, "Oh, yeah, I worked on a game called Theme Hospital," and he said he became a bit of a fanboy then because he remembered the game.
More of the game than me,
it,
but he was a fan, and so I used that to entice him to join us on our journey. So Ben said yes, Mark said yes. Although I didn't know if he meant.
I said maybe because I thought I might do part-time, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't know if anyone would be interested in
us.
Well, one, getting a deal with somebody that could fund it. Fund a team of maybe 10 people or so. And would people actually be interested in, a spiritual successor to that really old hard game that. No can play.
I'm sure there's many people here that are all very, very glad that you took that shot.
Oh, we are. We're really glad.
As well.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just about making something like we used to make. It was about working in a way like we used to work. Because when games companies get too big, and I don't mean it can't be big, I just mean it's easy to it becomes a business.
Yeah, all the best programmers become lead programmers and they're managing people.
Yeah.
designers become leads, and you get into a point where you're not actually making games
anymore.
You're managing a much bigger
Yeah.
entity, and then you kind of realise
This is not
doing
this is not what we got into.
Isn't much fun. I want to make games again.
Yeah,
and
so it
that's
was
what
about
2.0
that really. We just
And-
wanted to make games again. As in, literally forget the management business side of it. Let's make management business sims, but not.
Yeah.
But enjoy coming into work. Enjoy the smile on your face every morning because it's fun to create something rather than work out how to get through some business nonsense.
Yeah,
comes up, so-
absolutely.
Yeah, that was the main reason for us, is to sort of enjoy making games again while we're still
Yeah.
alive.
And the initial team we started, I know we'll probably get onto this, the initial team we started off with, we didn't need to manage because they were all
Better than us.
experienced. They were all better than us, and they're not the sort of people you go,
Do
this, do that. And so we had sort of weekly meetings on a Monday morning, just going, right, beginning of the month we'd say, end of this month we want to get this feature in and that feature, and then each week we'd kind of focus in on that, and just kind of worked. And then towards the end of Hospital, Joe joined us and helped. Joe Cola helped us land the project, and that's, I guess, quite a hard bit really, dealing with the publisher, getting the builds ready, it makes sure all the bugs are fixed. So that's cool. Very cool.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Just a reminder for everyone watching, we do have a channel point redemption for Ask a Dev. If you have any questions that you would like Mark and Gary, and also Husky, who will be joining us in a little bit.
Sitting on Mark's knee.
Just sitting on Mark's knee. If you have any questions that you would like them to answer, please do send in.
We were
redemption.
Gary and I went to China recently, last month in fact, and they had all these questions that they were going to ask, and they had to be vetted. And then when we kind of got there, we said, "Ask us what you want. We really don't mind." And one of the guys said, "When are you two going to retire?"
That was his first question.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you say?
We fumbled around. Don't know.
I didn't know how to take that, really.
Yeah.
Probably
No.
a good way to handle that.
We had him thrown out.
Oh no! That
Get
poor
him
guy.
out of here.
That's fine. Never seen again.
No, that's a good question. Actually.
When are you going to retire?
Who knows?
Moving swiftly on, we do have a small presentation today. I went digging through the archives of the 2 Point Studios documents. I found a lot of old photos
Okay.
and videos.
Old emails.
Not
What
old
the
email.
hell?
No sensitive
How
information.
did that
I
get in there?
promise. But we do have a few things that we can go and reminisce on.
Okay.
Oh.
Shoot.
Which should be.
And we haven't seen this, by the way. So
I've seen it.
have you?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I did send it to both of you.
Yeah.
if
I
you
didn't.
wanted
I
to
didn't
look at
open
it.
the email then.
That's fine. It makes it a nice surprise.
Yeah,
for you,
let's see.
Actually.
I don't think you were on the Slack channel because you
That's
didn't
right.
know about this.
Yeah.
stream
Thanks,
until-
guys. You didn't even invite me to the little Slack channel.
We'll make sure you're in it for next
Right.
time. I'm sorry. So this. Oh no! Old
Gary.
headshots.
Gary, you got more hair?
Yeah, I've got more
that's-
hair there.
That's wrong, isn't it? Really?
So I'd say that was just before we were getting to the point of announcing the game. We did some promo pictures. These were meant to be our business headshots, but behind us you can see hospital equipment.
It's a little bit ominous,
that's
isn't it?
right.
Really?
Because we did a weird photo shoot where Mark and I were patients and the rest of the team were doctors and specialists, and then we were all lying.
I think
Oh,
we
really?
do have a photo of that.
Okay.
In there
Yeah,
somewhere.
so that- Yeah.
And I was also, I remember, incredibly hungover that day.
Oh no!
My eyes are really glassy because I was still
You
probably.
were crying, weren't you?
No, I just remember thinking, oh God, such a headache. Anyway,
We are
We should probably
celebrating.
we should get Husky in here, sitting on a little chair,
Yeah.
and we can share our microphone.
Would you be happy to share a microphone?
We've
Definitely.
we've shared worse with him. Husky, if you're watching this, come in. And if
He
you're
is.
not, if
Make
someone
him
else is
brace with
watching,
he's a big fan of ours, so he'll be watching.
yeah. I'll get this really low seat for him to sit
Okay.
on.
We'll make him look really short
Yeah,
in
so-
comparison to the rest of us.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Scooch along that way.
Husky's hair
Husky's where?
Well, he's got some black in it still, or some. He's more silver now.
Oh, yeah.
Viola.
I think it's this 2 points drained the colour out of everyone's hair.
Aw.
And you wait, Lee.
I don't know, give me like, what, 10 years maybe?
Maybe 20.
Maybe 20, all right.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate that. We'll take our first question from chat. What has been your favourite part of
Mr.
creating
Husky.
2 Points
Right,
Studios?
we're going to share
While we do a
mics, so
microphone.
come in.
I've heard I need to sit on your knee.
Yeah, I've actually got your chair here between my legs.
Right, we're just getting Husky
Come on.
in to join us.
You might have to ask the question
No,
again because
yeah,
I will. That's
Mark's
fine.
not very good at actually,
Hello. Yeah, I've got a chair here.
We're embracing the chaos.
I'll sit behind you and aid you.
This feels like this is some sort of. What am I doing with this?
Sit there and then give it back to me.
Hello, everybody.
You have to hold
Maybe
out
have a
your
look on
mouth.
camera and just see how weird that looks.
Yeah, that does look very.
No, it looks like a little puppet. In some ways, that's quite true.
I'm the ventriloquist dummy. At this stream.
Mark, when he's talking, do this.
Look like I'm
Sorry, Lee, would you mind re-asking the question?
Yes, of course I can. And just when you want to talk, just make sure you bring it like right close to your
Yeah,
mouth.
okay.
I think
I'll put it there,
it'll-
so
it'll
we'll
take a
just
bit.
each of us will grab it when we want to talk, or I'll go like this. To
that
go
works
with
as
it.
well. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, our first question from chat was, what has been your favourite part of creating 2 Point Studios?
The people. For me, it was getting the people who, to come along who did. I mean, they weren't just friends. There were people that we'd worked with before and had lots of good times with, and that we knew their strengths and we knew we could trust them to do great jobs. So getting the people we did, so lucky, almost too lucky, really. Because
What about you, Husky?
I've actually forgotten what the question was.
Wondered this about you.
the question was, what was the best bit about filming 2 Point
Oh,
Studios?
back for me. Well,
Remember, you went to part time when you started.
I was out of a job. So
Well,
I
that's
was just desperate
that's
for
why I was really careful when I said it, because we got all the people we wanted because a certain company we used to work for.
Yeah,
Will remain
it
open.
did.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of it. It was sort of fortunate timing, things lining up, planets aligning, that sort of thing.
We had this weird thing where you were going to be part time.
Yeah.
And that I said, Imers said we don't need a designer because we're all designers. And I said, I think I said to you secretly, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah, I remember you lying and forgetting you'd told me and then lied to me about it. We were down the pub in Shalford,
right.
and you'd already said to me, listen, I don't want to scare Heimers, but I mean, I want Ben full time.
Yeah.
So I'll just say part time for the moment, just to see how it goes. And then we went to the pub to meet up with you just for a drink.
Yeah.
And then he said that story to me as if he'd forgotten who he'd said it to.
I do forget. This is the problem with that. Is you never know who.
Yeah, don't like
The thing
it.
is, I don't know if I like got the memo officially, because I remember on day one, the same day that this photo was taken, probably. I think I asked you at the end of the day. I was like, "Shall I come in tomorrow?" Because I wasn't sure.
Mark had probably lied to you as well because he'd forgotten who he'd told the truth to.
Yeah, just come in. We'll pay you.
So the very first day
Yeah.
of the studio, I believe this is where that photo was taken.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's in that shot there. I'll just give you a quick run. The guy in the
Who's
foreground,
the one with the big face?
the guy with the big face with me standing on his head that's Mark, and there's me obviously. Next to me is a guy called Mark Smart. If you don't know Mark, he's worked at Linehead and with me at Muckyfoot before that. So I've worked with Mark since 1989. Next to him is the other half of Right Said Fred. That is Tim Swan. Tim Swan worked with both Mark, Ben, and I throughout the time at Linehead. He was also part of a company called Intrepid before that, who did a great game called BC, which didn't get made, unfortunately, because it was literally a toss-up between BC or Fable, of which we would take into a final release.
Yeah,
phase.
I mean, we had these two satellite studios with Big Blue Box
Yeah.
and Intrepid, and we were kind of supporting them. But we're getting the time of Xbox. The first Xbox was running out, so we kind of had to, put all our eggs in one basket, and it's unfortunate. I think I I really liked PC.
Yeah, it's good. In fact, for a while, I think that was Microsoft's way to go because it had dinosaurs and it was really. They were launching the Xbox and they wanted some big, epic game, and it was. We thought it was going to be that one.
Yeah.
Towards behind. Yes, I shouldn't exclude her. That's my wife, Karen. She looks after kind of the bookkeeping and the accounts and payroll, so we got paid. Next to Tim is Ben Heimers, founder member, along with Mark and myself. And then there's a young guy with a dark beard.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Is he your younger brother?
What happened to that guy?
Yeah.
And you're oddly tall there. Are you standing on tiptoes?
He's not oddly tall. He's next to Heimers. I mean,
And how tall's Jane?
6 foot.
Spoilers for who's not been mentioned yet, but 6 foot.
to be fair, though, he is right. You're a little bit smaller than Mark's head. So, look that. Look at Mark. Oh, I can't do it. How do you point anyway?
It's all backwards, isn't it?
So yes, Mark, you should probably introduce into the line.
Jane kind of looked after the offices and
Later,
well, the Jane is the voiceover, the Tannoy voice for Tuba. So what we've done is we tried to find the theme hospital Tannoy person to see if she'd be interested in doing the Tannoy for our new game. Couldn't find her anywhere, and so I got the SEGA guys who do all our audio to record Jane's voice doing some Tannoy lines, and I didn't tell these two.
No, you didn't.
Who it was, and I said, "Guys, listen to this Tannoy. What do you think?" And I think you both thought it was
good. I did.
Yeah, you thought it was good. I think you might have even thought it was the person.
No, I thought it was more than good. I was underplayed. Sorry, Jane. I thought it was brilliant. No, I thought it was really good.
Well, you thought it was the girl from.
Well, I think we did get in touch with her, and she didn't believe us.
Oh, I don't remember. She replied.
No, she did.
Not until later.
Again, Mark's a bit like Dory from Finding Nemo. He has no memory beyond.
What?
So we did get in touch with the person, and I think they thought it was a wind up.
Yeah.
Right.
And that didn't happen.
Do you know that original person has popped up on like TikTok or somewhere like that?
I think she now. Well, she used to go out with someone that used to work at Bullfrog with us, so that's how we used her in the first place. But I think she's actually done Edinburgh Fringe festivals and things like that.
Manchester doing pop-ups.
Yeah. So I don't think, to be honest, I don't remember ever meeting her in person.
No, she was the girlfriend.
Adam Coughlin.
Adam's girlfriend, who's one of our animators. So anyway, so that was our day one shoot. Jane was not brought on to do the video, the Tannoy. She was brought on to do office management and HR because we kind of needed, so we could just focus on making the game.
Something else that I've just noticed, really important for everyone to know, is that the Heimers the mug is holding still survives to
the
this
exact
day.
same mug.
Yeah. It also came in spotted versions as well. Yeah, we haven't moved on much.
Right, yeah.
With all our success, we keep it real with our mugs. And I bet Mark bought these, and they'd have been the cheapest mugs
No,
possible.
Jane bought them, of course, and
yeah, but
they are
probably
my favourite mugs. Actually,
Yeah.
So, is there any more questions? And did we even answer that first one?
You did, yes.
Okay, good.
Something that I would like to say is what I thought was really, really lovely when I was going through all these old photos is how many of the people that were here at day one are still here.
Yeah, I can't get rid of them. It's really difficult. The problem with these days with employment law is it's really difficult to fire people. So that's why we're all still here.
The only person that's not here, as of maybe 2-3 months ago,
Karen.
is Karen.
Yeah. So Karen basically was doing the job until we got a grown-up financial person, and we have now a grown-up financial person in place.
Some more shots.
First logo.
Yes. And the first logo, yes.
First logo. That was my attempt. I still think it was better than the second logo.
Which we'll see shortly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just my opinion.
You want to explain it?
Well, no, we've had this conversation. So there's 3 lies that we meld into one story,
And that's one of them.
and that's one of them.
Yeah.
So that is 2-point perspective, which I think gives you a sense of architectural building things, and our game cameras tend to be from that sort of viewpoint. So that was one of the lies, and the other lie was that Mark and I had 2 points of view.
I think
And
that is true.
it is true. We do have 2 points of view. And I think everyone
has a third.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other lie is that that what's the third lie? I've forgotten the third lie. I know
Does it relate
it's the
to,
2.0 thing. Yeah. I got hung up on Lionhead 2.0, which was meant to be the improved
I think
post
there was
Peter
a line
Molyneux.
in 2.0 when Stuart took over.
Yeah, there was, and I always thought it was just a bit rubbish. So I wanted to sort of play on that, and Mark just said, "Get over it." You did. You said, "Look, stop whining about Lionhead and get over it."
So
But look at the size of that office. I mean, it's so small.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was great.
It was kind of nice, wasn't it? Yeah.
Tiny little meeting room.
We did, yeah.
And because we were sharing that whole area with a bunch of, I think it was
Accountants
solicitors,
and
right?
solicitors and people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in fact, if you wanted to go and make a cup of tea in the kitchen was so small that it could only fit about one, maybe two at a stretch.
Yeah.
Like two, like how me and Mark are sitting.
Yeah.
We like that in the kitchen. But you go in there and you'd only realise, it's full of solicitors. Like, and then you go through the door, so you'd have to come back later on. Same thing with the toilet.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare.
We get the landlord.
Careful what you say here. It's tea time.
Well,
But
he became obsessed that we wanted
better toilet hygiene.
urinals. Because I know you guys really want a urinal, so I've installed one. So
We don't want a urinal.
Yeah.
We like to do a sit down wee.
Yeah. There's a word for that.
Go on, what's the word?
The German word, Sitzpinkler, is a man who.
Well, we like to Sitzpinkel, don't we?
Sitting down. So there you go.
how far we've come.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have showers here now.
We don't have urinals.
Don't we in the showers?
Yeah.
We come backwards.
Has anybody had a shower in that shower?
Yeah. Not me, but other people.
You went, yeah, not me.
No, lots of people. I thought people use the gym and then or
Okay.
I think I'm a bit scared of having a shower at work.
You
Don't
might
know
get
why.
verruca.
Well, like you might accidentally. Yeah. Or you forget to lock the door or something.
What, you think everyone should join
You
you?
watch the soap out your eye and there's about 5 or 6 people still.
Have you heard the story about at Lionhead? They, for some reason, made cardboard cutouts of some of the people in the studio, and someone left one in the shower. And the guy walked into the shower and screamed because he thought there was someone in there. I won't name names.
I can't even remember the shower at
Have
Lionhead.
we gone slightly off?
But yeah, but that's the joy of it. I love it.
So, yes, here's another. This is the one we were talking to you about. In fact, I'm looking on that picture there. There was only one person who isn't, well, maybe two that aren't around anymore. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. I'm looking at Dave Oxford and how different he looks.
Yeah.
So to the right or to the left of you guys, next to Heimers, is David Oxford. He doesn't look anything like that anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Tim Swan looks a little bit like Lenin there.
I can't see. Yes, he does actually.
I think Chris Knott's looking pretty cool there.
I love this photo.
Yeah.
I think it's
It is
very, very
sort of
cool.
Very blue top.
Obviously done as a promo for Hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so this place was a movie set, an actual movie set. So a lot of films, TV shows just rent this out because so many shows need a hospital set scene. So this is always available, ready for a movie, TV show to hire it. So we did that. We hired it and just sat around pretending to be dead.
Midnight said we should recreate this photo for our 10th anniversary.
That'd be cool.
That would be very fun.
Do you remember we did a bursting out of the stomach thing as well? We had like blood and things coming out of our stomach. We were taking things out of
photo.
It was filmed as well. It was like I was going, oh, and pulling things out of our stomach.
Wow, I don't remember anything.
I really want that footage.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to try and dig it out.
There's other funny footage that you and
No,
I
I don't think that's ever going to see the light of day again. I'll leave that one.
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, this is where those photos at the start of the deck that they were taking here, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
the
up in the
individual
background.
ones of us, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And we have the second logo, as
which,
well.
Yeah, the inferior to my logo.
So you don't like this one?
I don't mind it. I just don't like it as much as mine.
Well, you don't. The new one, the current one.
The current one I like. Yeah. Which none of us did. So that just proves if we get involved, it's not as good as when professional people do it.
So we have a chat. We have a question from chat from JMac. What has surprised you the most on your 2 Point Studios journey? What happened that you did not expect?
We got to make a second.
Yeah, see, success of sorts. I think it is hard to make games. Mark often says this. It's one of the hardest things you can do is make good games. So to get to a point where I think our third game is outstripping our first game on the same timeline. Yes. And I know it's better as well, which is lovely because we should get better. That's all part of evolution. So to be making better games than when we started is brilliant because it just means we're not wasting our time, really.
Yeah. What about you, Husky? What surprised you most? The fact that you got taken on full time?
It was the fact that I did come in.
After all these years, you don't get a chair still?
The fact
You're
that
still sitting on my lap.
Yeah.
In fact, when you
Yeah.
first started at Lionhead and we were working on Fable,
I used to sit right in front of you, didn't I? I had like a little miniature keyboard that I type on. It was like a Fisher Price PC.
But you did sit on the end of my desk, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like on
Did you stroke him like this?
Only if you'd been good.
This is how we work every day. Wish me luck.
Yeah. It feels like a lot of like the nonsense that you see in the games. Once you come into the studio, it all makes sense.
Right.
It's what I thought.
Well, it's funny because when we did Theme Hospital, I don't think we were playing it always for laughs. I think it just came out that way. And sometimes we actually make sure when we're doing stuff for our future, we shouldn't always just try and make things funny. We should try and just let it be
I kind of like
fun.
us not trying to make things funny because if you kind of go, is this funny or
are you trying too hard and all
trying
that
too
stuff?
hard, so it's just something a bit wrong about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Bit wrong.
this is a bit wrong. But I like
Even this interview is a bit wrong.
this is a bit wrong.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have it any other way here at 2 Point.
Yeah. We met.
Now this is Ben Heimer's. Did you do any of the graphics?
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it is ripped, but most of it is just stuff I pulled together. Except the toilets, which were Ben.
Did you do the characters?
No, that was Ben. Yeah, they're too complicated for me. Yes. So it was just really, I tell you what this was done for, was at some point we thought somebody might ask us to show where we are in development, and we were nowhere. We hadn't done anything at all.
Well, this was before the official start.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is about 2015.
Wow, okay.
So we just thought someone's going to say, well, where are you? So Ben knocked something up quite quickly. And it's doing there's a little bit of logic going on there. There is room building, and they do go through a kind of they go a check-in, and then they'll go queue, and they'll go and see a GP for a consultation. So there's a really basic loop going on. And weirdly, we had day-night as well. Yeah. And we just wanted to sort of give the impression that we'd made, I don't know, 6 months worth of stuff.
We told SEGA about this.
Yeah.
And they kept saying, oh, can we see your prototype? And we just never showed it.
We just ignored them.
But yeah. Again, oh, no. Let's get signed first.
We distracted them by saying, oh, look, a Kestrel out the window.
I love Kestrels.
But yeah, as you can see, most people would have something far more advanced than we had. But we had such a good team, and I knew they would knock something better together quite quickly, and that did happen. But yeah, this was the very first attempt to make 2 Point Hospital.
There's a lot going on there, as you say. It's like the full loop of. I guess there's no staff, but there's just patients, right?
I think there is staff. I think there certainly was.
Green,
I think
they're slightly different green.
I think the staff was the room.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? So they basically were assigned a duty. So there was actually a GP room and a pharmacy, a ward, and a reception. So we had that basic cycle going on.
But this all got ditched. I mean, this got thrown away
straight away.
So you've probably got some. What were you going to say there?
Well, the building system's different.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Some would say better.
effectively saying we had individual wall building.
Yeah.
2 games early before we even.
Look at this. Look at the rubbish we ended up doing, and look at this brilliant system. Maybe we should do this next time. This is way too advanced for us.
Okay.
Look at that.
Boom.
Right, so we have a question from chat from the real JT. After Theme Hospital,
Yeah.
what made you feel like this was the right time for a spiritual successor?
That's really, we didn't know that.
We
really.
didn't know that really. I think I think we wanted to make these kind of games, and it just felt like a good starting point for us.
Yeah.
And the chance that we might get somebody to publish us and fund it, because we kind of getting out there with a brand new IP. It's quite tricky.
Yeah.
But we kind of came to this with the idea that we wanted to make 2 Point County, a whole bunch of games that lived in the same space. So we were trying to sell a franchise idea, but starting off with something that we could claim that we knew how to make. It had been successful, and that game is so hard that there's no way we couldn't do a better job.
The only thing we pitched to SEGA was that Theme Hospital had done so well for so long, and nothing had really come along to improve upon it. So it was still in GOG charts when we started this.
Yeah.
It was still towards the back end of when CD-ROMs were knocking them out in front of shops. You could see always get a Sims, SimCity, and a Theme Hospital. So it went on for about 20 odd years after the game had been made, and no one had done anything with it other than the mod guys at Course.
Oh yeah.
And they were doing advanced improvements to our original game and seemingly getting some traction on that.
Yeah.
And actually, another thing I think made us think about this was the guys who did Prison Architect.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Because I think they were very inspired by the old Bullfrog games, and we were inspired by what they were doing, that people were sort of still interested in these games. So that really, I think, made us think about, maybe we should get back in the saddle.
Yeah, because it kind of felt like around the time that Prison Architect appeared, that there was the start of that resurgence in management sims. And
I think that certainly our approach we felt was going to be different, because that getting something approachable. I mean, we all like the sim games that we all play, but there was some of them quite techy to play. Really, I think. I mean, so we kind of wanted to go for that, accessible kind of approach to it.
Resetting it a little bit as well, because I think even the movies was trying to sort of go really sort of super sophisticated. There was a lot of art effort, there was a lot of fidelity there, and it was nice to see games sort of going back to their sort of roots and being a little bit more kind of all about the gameplay. And although I think the movies had that, the effort to make it was huge. So to see games like Prison Architect being made by, you imagine, a handful of people was just gave us the sort of feeling we could do that too. Yeah.
So you wanted to make it more accessible. Was there anything else that you felt you wanted to change or improve upon, or is there anything that you particularly wanted to keep when drawing your inspiration from Theme Hospital?
I mean, it was, you couldn't finish a level on Theme Hospital. That was it. You might go, I only got as far as fourth level, and I couldn't go. So that was definitely something we wanted to get around with the star system.
That way we designed the star system was built a lot around that. Just that idea of the difficulty comes with the higher stars, but you can unlock the next level when you get to 1 star, and so you can kind of play it in a slightly non-linear way. But also, it helps with the difficulty curve.
And less punishing, wasn't it?
Yes, I guess that's worked, and it hasn't worked for us, I guess, because I think if somebody wants to go 1 star, move on, great, then they can at least play the game in the way they want. But again, some people will finish the game by just doing 1 star and miss out on a lot of what we kind of imagined they'd be playing. So I think with Museum, we kind of wanted to relook at.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of make it even less linear.
On the visual side, I think we wanted to try and come up with something that felt it didn't need to evolve too much, that it was its own thing. So we went into sort of claymation styles because that doesn't seem to change too much. Things like
And in fact,
Archival.
here's some of that your graphic.
Yeah.
Is your
Oh yes, I know.
Bottom right is yours, isn't it?
Yeah, the top left isn't.
Top left was
That's
that
yours.
was my very first
Yeah.
mock-up of the 2-point county map.
Yeah.
Made in like Google Slides or something
Wow.
like that. I am not an artist, as we might be able
I
to
don't
tell.
know.
And it was kind of that idea of the metagame,
Yeah.
and just being able to kind of step back and see all of your hospitals and see how you've progressed in each of them, and even things like having the advisor popping up. That's your little advisor image, isn't it?
No,
Didn't
it's
you
not
do that?
mine.
Oh no, did I just get that off the
I
internet?
think that might have been Smarty. I don't.
Oh, okay,
I
maybe it
don't
was.
recognise that as me.
But there's little. This was
It's exactly yours.
I know. I know, but
Doodle
got your,
I-
you've got your beard.
I know.
That's just a photo of Gary.
I don't think that. I don't think I did do that. For once, it looks like me, but it's an imposter. Go on.
Well, I was going to say, I think like very early on. I mean, in fact, the first time you guys spoke to me, you talked a lot about wanting to set the games in a world that could carry across between all of the games, and it not just being about the hospitals or the campuses or whatever. Actually, kind of wanting to make our own little version of something like Springfield from The Simpsons, where there's these locations that you come back to in each game and recurring characters like Jasmine Odyssey, the pop star, and stuff like that.
Do you know? I didn't know that would. When we said that, I hadn't really realised how helpful it was going to be, because I think because you've always imagined you're in this place, it actually down the line you think of things. Oh, we could do that now.
Yeah.
Because people like Harry and yourself come up with like backstory for characters, and then suddenly that character could live in a certain place, and that place isn't really being talked about much. So we evolved that idea out of it. So I think having a world where your games exist, just keeps you thinking about what else would be there.
Yeah, and like we did definitely take that world building approach, where it was, even though it's a very silly, light-hearted game that doesn't need to have consistent lore, we sort of made an effort to keep track of some of these locations and the characters. And it's interesting, actually, someone in chat spotted that there's a reference to Frumpton upon Bilge, which in the final game we ended up with Duckworth upon Bilge.
Yeah. You're seeing real life evolution.
So there were bits that carried over. Funnily enough, little random bit of trivia is Duckworth was the name of my old housemate's cat.
That's where
Duckworth
came from.
2-point lore.
Not Vera Duckworth.
No, sadly. But maybe the cat was named after Vera Duckworth.
I reckon the cat was named after Vera Duckworth from Coronation Street. So without Coronation Street, we would never have had
We got that
Duckworth.
co-promotion with Coronation.
We should speak to them.
I'll get them on the phone.
Excellent.
It's also really cool here to see what I'm imagining is one of the first times we're seeing like that 2-point art style come about, especially mainly looking at the character art.
Yeah.
Like we're not quite there yet, but you can definitely see that.
So I remember the same time that you were doing this map stuff, because I remember you two going into, in that first picture, that little office, there was a little room behind that. And you guys went to sort of start talking about the meta map.
Yeah.
And me and Smarty were having different meetings about the art style and coming up with the sort of cartoony kind of claymation. We talked about things like any of our British viewers over the age of 40 might remember Morph, who was a little plasticine character that used to hang out with Tony Hart. You don't know what I'm talking about,
Is
do you?
that art?
It's from that kind of thing. So Morph was just this kind of very simple character. And we wanted something simple that didn't huge amount of fidelity, which means that we don't need a massive art team. There's usually a reason for this, and also could be intentionally naive looking, so we didn't have to worry about what games look like 20 years from now. So this is really round about the first couple of months. I would have thought.
This is the way we make all our games. We get something playable. Doesn't matter what it looks like. I mean, now we can use sort of earlier games artwork just to kind of get us going, because you got to be playing it for as long as possible, and then the art can catch up. So this is perfect. In fact, that was functional.
Do you know why you think that's my art? Do you remember on Theme Hospital when in the intro where the doctor opens his shirt and there's a picture inside of another doctor? I drew that character. It looks like that. Yeah.
Maybe
So
that's where Husky got it from.
The other funny thing here actually is we've got in the top left corner of that one and top bottom right of the other one, we've got gold stars and silver stars. And obviously the gold stars are like total star rating of all of your hospitals. But what eventually became Kudosh started off as silver stars.
Yeah.
And so we, for the whole project, in fact, in the code of hospital, I think it's called silver because we kept talking about it silver stars, and then it eventually evolved into Kudosh.
When did that happen? Was it like?
Oh, it was
Downstairs office.
Yeah, downstairs office.
We moved from that office after about a year, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we went downstairs because we needed to hire 2 more people or something like that. So we needed some QA support. So we needed people that could come in and play the game and sit with us. So we rented the office downstairs, which was about twice as big. Seemed huge to us.
It was just perfect time for someone to move out. So
and that's when I remember the Kudosh conversation happened.
Yeah, it was one of your puns.
Yeah.
I think it might have been.
Kudosh.
Because we spent ages. I can't remember what any of the other suggestions were, but that's the one that stuck.
Well, we had some better ideas, but you didn't accept them.
Right, yeah.
You got really angry, and we went, let him have his bit.
Sometimes these two just,
You know what teenagers are like.
Do you remember trying to come up with the name of the game?
Oh my God.
The amount of time. I mean, the studio was called 2 Point Studios. But
that took ages as well.
We didn't know we were going to call the game 2 Point Hospital.
No, we had we had a list on the white wall, didn't we, for ages?
Did we have there might be a photograph of that.
Yeah,
must have taken a photograph of it. It was lots of stupid names.
There were some that were definitely not safe for a live stream. But I think we kind of
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any examples of ones that would be safe for stream?
I remember. Do you remember at one point we were talking about like Spin Hospital?
Yeah, Spin Hospital. I liked.
Because we wanted something that
I did at the time, but Mark, I never liked. If I liked it, you wouldn't anyway. Spin, I just thought might be one of those words that could be like theme. That spin something. Then you kept laughing, going spin class or something. I remember you taking the mickey out of it, but I don't know. It was our spin of a. What's your spin on healthcare? What's your spin of education?
Yeah, still hate it.
We wanted it to apply to all the games, right? So just we could add anything to the end of it. I remember talking about Dream Hospital.
Dream as well, yeah. I remember thinking that was so on the nose.
Sounds like a mobile game.
Yeah,
something like that.
Oh my God, that's a bit of me and a bit of actually. This is how me and Ben worked quite closely on, because I did the UI on Dream Hospital, work closely with Mark and Ben. What they would do is they'd go into a room and talk about stuff, and then I'd go away and come up with something, and then they'd tell me it was rubbish, and then I'd have to go away brokenhearted and rethink it. But actually what became really good was Ben would do this kind of really not unsophisticated, the top left this is, or right, depending on whether this is flipped. He would kind of work up something.
You're thinking of selfies.
Oh, okay.
This isn't a mirror.
Our camera that's
No, it's not a mirror. But maybe my brain's flipped.
It's all backwards in your
yeah. So the bottom right became more sophisticated in the final game, but this is the first iteration of taking Ben's work and playing with it. But yeah, I mean, the three of us were really involved in all of this. Even the ideation of it wasn't just, even I got to play, which I quite enjoyed doing.
I think you can also see, like quite early on, we were talking about having the funny character names. And I'd been watching a lot of House, House MD.
We had to be so careful because so many really dodgy things were coming out of our name generator. And it wasn't intentionally placed either.
No.
We had
I think someone's noticed that in my design doc, some of the names are slightly more risque than the ones that ended up in the name.
Well, one we had to take out was Dick Mayo.
Dick Mayonnaise,
which is... but there is a funny mayonnaise in the game, isn't there?
Is there?
I believe
if that got through, that's worse in my mind.
Yeah. So I think we had to remove both Dick and Fanny from the name database.
Okay.
Although in museum, I'm pretty sure they've crept back in.
I think Fanny's back in. I think there's Fanny back in museum.
There is. Because
By
like
popular demand.
well, Harry does
Harry met
most of the writing
Yeah.
these days, and he's evolved all of the name databases, and we've got more intricate, like doing different name databases for different archetypes of characters, and
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So I believe that there's definitely
Also, I think the database is so big now, we didn't catch them as easily these days. We don't find the naughty ones. But whereas with the smaller database, they would the average just meant they would come up more often.
So I saw one of the questions says, would you like to go back and make anything, improve one of your older games?
That was Is there something you'd love to add to a past
I tell you what
game?
we'd love to do. We'd love to add another DLC to Hospital. I mean, that would be quite cool.
I thought you were going to say we want to go back to hospital and add Dick and Fanny back in.
We'd do that easily.
Yeah.
So
We have the power.
Yeah, so another DLC for Hospital would be quite cool, but
Yeah.
squeeze it in with all the other stuff we're trying to get done.
I'm very busy.
Well, no, the thing is, I think games have now got to a point where they don't die in the way they used to die. And because games stay live, we keep adding content and doing stuff all the time. It's a shame we just stopped. And I think let us know if you think some more content for Hospital would be a good thing.
What are your ideas for it?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
No,
You mean?
them.
Oh, yeah. And can we keep them?
Yeah.
Can we have
Let us
them?
know.
Ben, this question for you. Is there any chance of ever making a 2.0 zoo?
I think 2.0, that would be, I think we could have quite a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that sounds quite cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Would
That
you have animals in it? The problem for us is we can't do things
Yeah, we
with four
can't do
legs.
animals.
We can only do things
I
with two
think
legs.
we can do 4 legs.
we could do
Well,
maybe ostriches and
Maybe.
It's only two-legged animals.
kangaroos.
Do you think we all need to go on like a training course on how to
Four-legged
do
training.
quadrupedal locomotion? Like us. Actually.
I think we need to go on a media training course that tells us what we can and cannot discuss publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea.
It's very good idea. I know chat has requested if we ever did do animals, they would really want an aardvark.
Aardvark.
They're really hard.
Who wants an aardvark?
Is this,
Everyone.
Is it midnight? Was it midnight or was it
Yeah.
who kept wanting to know how people pronounce aardvark?
Yeah, it's
Aardvark.
part of the introductory thing if you ever come on
Oh,
stream.
it's your pronunciation. that's
Anyone who
fascination.
comes on stream, chat often, sort of like in an interview style way, makes you pronounce aardvark.
Yeah, but they're just asking you are. It's just you, isn't it?
Well, how do you
Don't wind me up.
how do you say aardvark?
Aardvark.
Why are you making it sound longer than it needs to?
Because there's two A's at the beginning.
Yeah, but you make the vark go along. You go,
You get aardvark.
you sound like you should be in a Wallace and Gromit film when you say it. You go,
I take that.
aardvark.
It's a bit of whimsy. I like it.
I like
It's
it.
a weird name. But there's a company called Aardvark Swift.
There is.
They do
Recruitment
and stuff
agency.
like that, so
We'd be in
Related
breach.
to-
they own Aardvark.
Oh, okay.
So
Not
you can't
related
make
to
Aardvarks.
things.
Aardvarks aren't anteaters, though, are they?
Oh, here's okay.
I don't
Remember this.
Look, do you know what I hate about that is that the rotation is not on the centre of the.
Oh, it's very upsetting.
This
It is
is
weird, so.
true of every big show. It kind of goes in, and then we kind of go, "Oh, we don't like that."
Yeah.
And then we'll change it.
You remember when this was? This was probably
Top floor.
late 2016.
I tell you why I know. It's because we're still trying to fight the battle with you over higher than standard, the wall heights. Can you see the fade out?
Fading out
So we were trying to
walls,
do
yeah.
sort of almost double height walls.
Do you remember the curvature of
That was
the
me.
Earth?
Yeah,
The line had
I will
curvature.
win that battle one day.
You
I
won't.
want our games to be on a very, very slight hemisphere.
So this was before Chris Knott joined us. So it must have been very
Do you know what?
early.
I don't think it is. I think that's early Chris Knott. It's not his final,
Oh, okay,
but it's not Mark Smart placeholder animation. So Mark, even though I was a trained animator of sorts, I'd never done much 3D animation. Marty had more of an idea how to use the pipeline within Unity. So he did some pretty basic animations to get done. But I think this is Notty just starting to take it over.
So this is again, as we said, we kind of we like to make our stuff, get it playable. And this is early, but we had a lot of stuff in there: hiring, placing objects, building rooms, probably the flow of the patients through the GP and then to a cure. So there was a lot of stuff there. I mean, it wasn't going to look like this, and we knew that. But
so we were hand to mouth. We were paid as an independent to deliver on milestones, and we had, I think, it was either 11 or 13, I can't remember, milestone deliverables. So we couldn't hang around. We had to sort of deliver against our promised milestone deliverables to get paid. So, and this Mark used to produce these videos at the end of usually every month, weren't they? They were roughly monthly milestones.
So
and you'd film the progress, send a little voiceover with either me, you, or Ben.
Yeah.
And this was kind of the basis of whether they sign off on it or not. So we were really productive, and we did the whole game from scratch, literally from day one, that day one in the office, to completing the game and delivering it was 23 months, which is less than, obviously everyone knows, less than 2 years, but that's quite aggressive development time.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was done that quickly. That's very impressive.
Well, it had to be, otherwise we had no more money. It was.
We even had the sort of primitive version of the tutorial objectives.
Yeah.
In this one, sort of taking you through that loop of the patients. And I think quite a lot of this actually did carry through to that end version of Hogsport, obviously with umpteen layers of iteration throughout the
queue system.
Yeah. And someone, I think, severely confused, mentioned the little room wiggle. That was a Swanee special.
Yeah, it was.
Swan.
Still hasn't nailed it.
But as you were saying, we had a lot of conversations about how high should a wall be.
Yeah, I think
that went on for a long time.
Yeah, it got quite bitter and angry at one point. No, but I think it was the right thing. I think we were scared it wouldn't necessarily. It would be seen as very old school not to be able to have some kind of verticality. But I'm glad we didn't, because it looks awful.
I feel like it's also easier to manage, like, from a gameplay perspective.
Yeah,
It's just one
absolutely.
We have a question from chat from Toxic Panda. Would you ever consider making something like a 2-point adventure where you control an adventuring guild where you kit out adventurers to go off to do dungeons?
Funny enough, we have talked about this, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
We have talked about. Doesn't mean we're going to do it, but
we have a list.
We've got a long list that Ben maintains. And how many things in it?
Oh God, it's probably like 40
games that we just bubble up and down. And every time we talk about a game, we get excited by it, and it goes into the top 10. And then, and what we do is eventually, if something stays in that top 3 or 4 long enough, they probably go on our backlog of games to do. But that is one of them. Yeah.
You can sort of do a little bit of that in Fantasy Finds.
Yes, you
can.
Nice plug.
Yeah.
Good marketing. Thank you.
I guess the expectations of an RPG versus a sim game is like, at what point do you stop it being you're going on an adventure and you're going to go and travel somewhere? And I guess you don't want to do a halfway house between a good sim game, sim management game, and a good RPG.
Well, do you remember early days of museum development when we were designing the expedition system? We did talk about a version of that where you'd actually go on the expedition, like see your team in a new space, but that would have been a lot of work.
The thing is, I didn't know how good the expedition system, because on paper, when it was explained to me, I just thought, that sounds absolutely rubbish. That's not what I said. I said something worse than that. But I know if we'd have done the kind of, you really go somewhere, we wouldn't have done a very compelling. It's the right amount of, you get a sense of exploration, you get a sense of risk, and leveling up your character so they're good enough to get there, and avoid all the little traps we put in there.
Well, I remember saying, at the end of the day, it's 2-point museum rather than 2-point expedition. So we want to kind of keep you.
So you put your foot down, didn't you? I remember you having a little cry, so we had to we had to go. Okay,
that's usually how I manipulate.
Ben's won again when he brings on the tears. The waterworks are turned on, so we have to do what Ben says as usual.
That's how it goes.
This is great seeing this. Well found, because actually it is cool, because
it's so cool
it's still very. You can see how early it is. Look at the UI and everything, but It's kind of fundamentally there.
That's just him trying to do that, isn't it?
I tell you what's nearly the only thing there that's nearly in the final game is if you look at the kind of the lie down thing at the top. What do you call it? The examination table.
Yeah.
We made it go purple, and that's about the only difference, really.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think you can see if you look really closely, it's doing all of the underlying stats, like the diagnosis percentage for the patients, and then getting different amounts of diagnosis. In fact, there's a reference to grey anatomy. It says they got.
You were obsessed, weren't you, with that?
That's because as part of my research. For,
you just kept saying in grey anatomy.
What was the ones we had where they were grey? Was it
grey anatomy?
Was it called grey anatomy?
Yeah. I designed the machine for that. That was one of my machine designs. The spray,
the chromotherapy.
Yeah, chromotherapy machine.
We're nearly out of time, aren't we? Do we have to?
We're getting there, but we can just.
Mark,
we did have like.
Are you paid by the hour or something?
Yeah. We have a few more bits to look at, but if you guys need to go at 5, we can skip that. It's been great to just.
Mark likes a little nap around about 5 o'clock.
Isn't it time for our afternoon tea?
You guys came in here with a cup of tea, and I haven't got one.
Yeah, I didn't get one either.
Does someone bring in some scones for us or something like that?
See, it's nice to see Success hasn't changed you two.
The next slide, I believe, let's check. I've actually tracked down the animatic for the announced trailer.
Oh, wow. That is cool.
And a fun thing about this slide for us is that this is going to play music for the stream, but not for us. So we're going to have to awkwardly sit in silence.
Put that on your shopping list of things we need for our streaming room.
Just speakers.
Speakers. Oh, yeah. That's it.
That's what they're called.
Speaker there. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's about a £4 Logitech, something from 1996, I think.
So this is the trailer.
We're going to shut up.
We're going to really try. It might be quite hard.
When you say we, you mean Mark, don't you?
I'll tell you what. I'll put that there and make a cup of tea while that plays.
Perfect. All right. So
my legs.
So the animatic for the announced trailer for Hospital made in 2017. So I'll press play on this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll work.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. For years at 2 Point Hospital, it's been our mission to help and to heal. Take Trevor, for instance. Trevor used to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. Life was good. He slept easily. That was until he suddenly developed lightheadedness. The daily commute is now even more of a grind for Trevor. Even simple pleasures like heading to the movies can be painful. At 2 Point Hospital, we treat patients for all kinds, even patients like Trevor. Every day we welcome new admissions to our growing multi-million-dollar facility. Our team of highly trained clinicians and support staff are dedicated to your well-being. We'll do whatever it takes. At 2 Point Hospital, we never stop improving. We never stop building. We never stop caring. Isn't that right, Trevor? Call 1-800-ODD-AFFLICTION today to book your free consultation. It's going to get weird.
There we go.
There you
now
go.
It's done.
Quite close. I remember us cutting out the scene where the doors open and there's that event going on in the other room. I don't know if you've seen that on the storyboard there. But other than that, I think every other scene stayed in.
Yeah, there's a lot of little details, like the ball hitting him on the head.
Yeah, and then getting resuscitated behind the kind of ad part of it, where he's trying to encourage people to come into the.
I think everyone watching should go and rewatch it, the final trailer after this.
Well, it became also a bit of a template for the kind of trailers we did.
You wait for me.
Mark's back, everyone.
We brought biscuits.
He's got biscuits.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't a particularly ambitious trailer. It had a few scenes, a few characters, but we try and make the script work to a very small scene to try and keep the work down, right? But I think that's still one of my favourite ones. I actually really, really like the stuff we've done with Museum and
Have you got the
particularly
finished one as well?
We do. If you want to sit in silence for it again.
Well,
Mark hasn't sat in silence since I've known him, so good luck with that.
It'll be a challenge.
Well,
So-
some people might not have seen it.
Yeah, so we do have that next. A big thing that's like really iconic in the 2 Point games is obviously the humor, which we see a lot of in that trailer. So how did you guys how did you develop that? Where did it come from?
Well, what I will say is often when we use these external parties to produce these is we turn them down because they think everything's got to be a gag.
Right.
And nearly every single time we have to say the same thing until they get used to working on the IPs. Is they just throw too many jokes at it, and often sometimes it's just a visual moment. Like when you do show the final one, there's a brilliant when he comes out of the wardrobe. There's a lovely pregnant pause there, which isn't a joke. It's just funny because he's late to his line. It's that kind of stuff that I think
the
works.
guy in outside, the ball hits
On the head, it's just like the final nail in the coffin of everything that's happened. Someone decides to play catch with someone who's just got a bulb for a head, and I think the bulb flashes off as well. Like it's like flatlining again.
With nice little touches.
Yeah, it's that sort of stuff we try to get them to do. So
Yeah, I guess there were probably quite a few conversations about like what was the tone we were going for with the games, and like you say, we kind of wanted that mix of more grounded elements with the more out there left field stuff. So
I guess Craig must have looked up to it.
This one was we had a guy who was assigned to us from SEGA. He'd come through community at CA, and then he'd gone away and done some stuff with the guys at Sports
Interactive?
No. Christian's
Play Sport.
Play Sport.
Play Sport, yeah.
And he then joined us as part of our team, and he was really good at getting the humour. And we all worked with Craig especially with this studio, because this was the first real site people got of the game. They hadn't got the game to play yet. So this has to be right. This has to sort of tee up whether people are interested in us or not. So this was quite a scary one to do, wasn't it? Really.
So we do have the final product here. Are you guys happy to sit and watch it with no audio?
Yeah.
Leaf, you never have to ask us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
We'll
thank
just
you.
film out.
All right, wonderful. So yeah, the animatic we just saw was for this announced trailer, and this was the final product and the first look anyone had at hospital, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. And it's playing, please. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. For years at 2 Point Hospital, it's been our mission to help and to heal. Take Trevor, for instance. Trevor used to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. Life was good. He slept easily. That was until he suddenly developed lightheadedness. The daily commute is now even more of a grind for Trevor. Even simple pleasures like heading to the movies can be painful. Every day we welcome new admissions to our growing multi-million-dollar facility. Our team of highly trained clinicians and support staff are dedicated to your well-being. We'll do whatever it takes. At 2 Point Hospital, we never stop improving. We never stop building. We never stop caring. Isn't that right, Trevor? Call 4417-529-U-SICK today to book your free consultation.
Bonk.
There we go. We're good. We're done.
Yeah.
And someone in chat was asking if you could phone the number, and you could phone
yes,
that
you
number
could,
in
yeah.
the early bit. It was my house number, wasn't it? I just got loads of
You
listed
answered
phone
all
calls.
of them.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what it went to, like a pre-recorded
Yeah, it's a
message.
pre-recorded
It did,
message.
yeah.
It was there for about a year, wasn't it?
It was cool. Yeah, it's good.
I didn't realize that was a real number. That's really cool.
And even just seeing the gameplay there, we were so scared because we hadn't really shown much moving gameplay. And what I liked about the game was it doesn't actually look that much like what we do now. We have slowly evolved.
Well, that's right. We went to that event at the Science Museum, the
Yeah.
late event, and we had all three of our games. This is before we launched museum. So we had a hospital, campus, and museum, and it wasn't until we kind of
put them next to each other.
They
have changed.
It looks so much nicer now.
But I kind of like that. I like the naive look because it was harping back a little bit. I mean, let's be honest about it. What we got here?
That's our launch
day.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Hospital.
yes.
What was that like?
Golden toilet time, wasn't it?
Well, that the Rezzed one was a few months before release. It was slightly earlier in 2018, and that was when you see next to me. That's me, by the way.
Yeah, I can see that. Is that your younger brother?
Yeah, that's my younger brother with no grey hair. That was the golden toilet.
That's just before launch, and that's launch. Your hair has actually gone grayer
in
those last few months.
It was a rough last few months, if you remember.
It was quite busy.
Is that Lauren and that?
Yeah, Lauren and
then Chris
Notty.
Notty,
yeah. And we revealed the golden toilet live on stage.
It's under that cover, is it?
In fact, if you go on our YouTube channel, you can still find the video with Lauren and Craig spraying a toilet.
It's rather a horrible picture of me using that toilet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and I've got a very long beard, really down here somewhere as well. So
that wasn't a beard, Gary.
Don't know what that means.
But that's our team when we launched. Obviously, there was a whole bunch of people at SEGA that helped us launch, and there was Lauren. But this was the 2 Point employees that we had.
So most of it, a lot of it was done with about 8 of us, and I think we finished with about, count them up, was that 14 people, 15, something like that. So a really small team.
16.
But people still credit us as being an indie, and I think that's cool because I think we act like an indie. We don't change anything. Nothing has changed us because we're a first party SEGA studio anymore. We act the same way and we have the same level of autonomy. So, and we're not big. I mean, we are still only 45, 46 people.
So how many people did you start with and how many do we
8.
have now? 8.
That first picture was day one.
6 devs and then,
Yeah, I mean, there was 6 devs, 6 people making it. Well, actually, one of them became 7 because Jane made it by being the voice character in it. But initially, there was 6 of us. And that was the whole kind of ethos, was that there was no point being a boss because you were bossing like such a small number of people. And also we had, too many bosses.
Tried to be a boss.
I tried, but everyone just laughed at me. Yeah. No, there's no point being bossy when everyone you've worked with is like been doing it as long as you have. So it just meant we all got into making the game, which was great fun.
So Hospital was big success, I feel. Can we call it a big success?
Yeah, so look, we made it on a shoestring by today's standards. So the success was quick in the sense that within a matter of days, we'd actually repaid the publisher's investment, which is
the original estimate was it would take about a year and a half,
18 months, to
recoup what they'd given us to make the game. So they'd get all that money and then we'd start getting money. So we'd actually, probably about a year before we shipped, we presented 2 Point Campus to SEGA to say, this is our next game. Do you want to publish it? Because they had a right to publish our next game. And they said, well, we'll see how the first one goes. And it's fortunate for us that it did go well because we didn't have anything signed up. And, and we kind of all, I guess, we all knew that if it didn't do what it had done, that might have been the end of it for us, really.
Mark and I had no idea because my wife did the accounts. Right. And she said we'd gone on holidays. We just finished the game and it was basically going to launch in a week or 2 from that point. And Karen said, when's your next milestone payment? I went, well, there isn't one really. There's a very small one to do with submitting the final code. Yeah. She went, how much is that? I went, why? She said, because there's only 14 quid in the bank. So we'd gone right to the wire money-wise. So, it did really well. And it really surprised us. We all, it's a lot of the time in games, it's a lot of enthusiasm and hope at the beginning and generally disappointment at the end. And even if a game's perceived to have done well, often it's either cost a lot to produce. So seeing any kind of return on that. But I mean, it was a modest game, but we're really proud of it. and it continues to do well today. It still basically runs the studio. It's like Slade's Christmas hit.
Yeah.
It keeps paying for the studio to keep going. So yeah, we're really proud of it.
Yeah.
We're very grateful for that game, for us all being here now.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
God, I mean, I was expecting to have been. I was going to be working at B&Q at this point in my life, asking people if they needed any help with shelves.
Come do my house.
That's my next career move.
Yeah.
When you retire.
When I retire, I'll be working B&Q.
All right, we have gone a little bit over, so I'll do one final question from chat. There have been a few questions gone unanswered. I'm very, very sorry. But if we had to pick one single joke or pun from any of our games, what is your favorite one?
Well, what one I've said before, it's not really a pun. It was one of the illnesses. I remember we were having it's the Emperor's New Clothes, basically, and it was the person would be naked, and I thought that's just really cheap and rubbish, because we just have a character with no clothes on, and then we'd pixel out their privates, but
Which they don't have anyway.
But so I thought that's rubbish. And until Chris Knott got hold of it and started doing all these exercises and touching their toes,
Lunging.
lunging. And that was a brilliant one for me. But I mean, that's not really a joke or a pun, but I do remember that one sticking in my head.
I think it
You
counts.
guys, yeah.
I've got one. If you have you got one? I've got.
Oh, you go.
I'll only just give you a bit more thinking time. Because Mark and I sort of started this nonsense with Theme Hospital, there were two ideas we had which we just didn't get round to, and we kind of they were in our heads. And one of them was Animal Magnetism, and the other was Saturday Night Fever, and we kind of, for me, to link that old game of ours to this was that we were able to sort of it felt to me like we were carrying on something we had been thinking about 25 years earlier, and we got to make it again, as we imagined it. So that I like that for kind of a nostalgic reason.
Night Fever was
Yeah.
one of the ones I remember.
Yeah, we called it Night Fever, but
Oh no, it was the David Brent one, which is he
did all the moves.
animated all the moves of him, David Brent doing his dance. But we had to cut it up.
Yes, that got through legal though.
Well, yeah. Legal said you should cut it up in case they sue you.
But there was all the Fortnite stuff at the time, if you remember. So we had to we had to make sure we were doing something on the safe side, a bit like a sample. You can sample.
Ricky Gervais would have been all right.
Yeah, what do you know him? Do you?
Homage to his work.
That was good, and cause I think also we used that on some of the stuff. If you had a doctor with the trait and
You would do the arm
That's
thing.
right,
they do all of that,
Yeah.
which was always fun.
Have you thought of one yet?
Well, can it be after hospital?
No, definitely.
Yes, it can.
Mine's
Of course
actually
it
it's
can.
really simple. It's just the tannoy line that I think is from Campus, and it's the one that's your body is a temple, and you wouldn't fill a temple with crisps.
Yeah.
For some reason, that just always tickles me every time. So
That's really good.
simple stuff.
Well, thank you, guys.
No
I
problem.
think that is the end
our
of my
birthday.
little presentation. And this is the studio now. This was our most recent launch. For
I wasn't there. I had COVID. I wasn't there. I was ill.
And plus, we do have some people that work permanently from home, so they're not there, but they were the people in on that day enjoying some lovely cupcakes. And,
Did I have COVID? Was I
You
COVID?
had COVID.
I think
so,
yeah. So we saved.
Mark, you look younger now than you did
I
10
do,
years ago.
don't I? I don't know what
Mark's,
it is.
it's your turkey teeth, and I don't know. I don't know what it is about you, but obviously you're looking very well there. I think you've lost a bit of weight as well.
I love that photo.
Yeah.
Good.
yeah.
In a meeting later that day, I think we had a really important meeting with Sega, and there was still a load of that
cases.
stuff left in there. And I sat there in this meeting and ate an entire bowl of crisps, and then I couldn't fit any dinner in that evening.
Yes, I remember.
So-
In fact, I gave you your own little bowl, didn't I? Because I had a little bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hence your favourite line.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Lee. That was good.
No, thank you guys. And we have a lot of people here in chat saying a big thank you to you guys for creating games that they love so much.
Thank
That mean
you
a lot.
guys for buying them and playing them and liking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means a lot to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now the air conditioning kicks in.
It knew. It absolutely knew.
No, thanks a lot, everybody. It's been a great 9 years. 9 years from now, I'm probably dead. So let's
that.
Say that.
probably am.
What a way to end the stream.
It's not that long.
I know, but I mean, I've barely made it to
You'll only
60.
be 45 then, Gary.
I'll take a bet with you. I'm not here in 9 years'
I
time.
don't want to take that bet.
Working here, but you'll be alive.
Oh, thanks. You said I'm not working here in 9 years.
Well, if you're dead, you're definitely not working here. But I think you'll be alive. But you might be B&Q.
Can we get you
doing job? You are.
Can we get you like taxidermied and like keep you in the office?
Oh, I'd love
Keep
that.
you in the
Like that-
background of the stream.
Like that dinosaur.
I would love that.
Table.
Just, I have a cardboard cutout of me at home. So at the very least, can we have a
Did you
cardboard?
get that made yourself?
No, because I'm a Leeds United fan, and when during COVID you could pay 15 quid to get a cardboard cutout of yourself and put in the stand on the seat.
Really?
Yeah. So I
And
keep
then they send it back.
they sent it back to me, so I keep it at home, and I put it in my bar at home to stop my children stealing my alcohol, so they can see me staring at them.
Do you think they don't realise?
It was just a gag I did, but I reckon having me stuffed would be brilliant.
Someone said we'll put you in a supernatural room.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ghost.
Actually, what I'd like to be is let me decompose, give it a year.
That's a
And
keep
do you
up
remember in
agreement.
Beam Hospital, they had the skeleton inside the glass dome?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, do that.
Have me as a skeleton in the glass dome.
Who is it? Is it Jeremy Bentham? It's like a philosopher or something. And there's a university in London, and they've still got like his body just taxidermied in a little glass case in the middle of the university.
Let's
So
do
we could
that.
Just do that to Gary.
Let's do that.
Like the new
This
Jeremy
has got
Bentham.
very
Dark, very
Great way to
quickly.
round up the stream.
Okay, well, let's end on that somber
Yeah.
note then.
Wonderful. All right, so big thank you to you guys
Thank
for
you.
joining us
Yeah.
today. It's been so lovely to chat with you.
Get off my lap. My leg's gone.
Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us. Happy birthday, 2 Point Studios.
Yep.
We are 9 years old,
Hey.
and many more
In 9
wonderful
years'
things to come.
time, we'll be 18.
We will.
We have to drink.
We
We'll
can
have a bit of drink.
We have to go drinking on
Yeah,
that day, I fear.
absolutely.
Wonderful.
We take my skeleton with you, though, won't you?
Just put it in your will, and then we
Yeah.
legally have to.
Yeah, do that.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. We will be
Bye-bye.
back again next week with another stream around about the same time. Keep an eye on our socials for details. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I can't remember which one. There we go. I found it. Bye.
Bye.